Most people would tell you that you need 10 weddings under your belt before you can start charging. Honestly, they're lying to you. But the biggest problem you have before you even consider the paid weddings is getting your first few weddings at the very beginning. Because honestly, you need to start somewhere. So today I'm sharing with you 3 ways to get your first couple photos for your portfolio, and then moving on to booking your first weddings. Even if right now, whilst you're watching this, you have nothing to show people. And before you go, that's just completely impossible. It's not, because every wedding photographer in history has been where you are. No wedding bookings, no wedding portfolio, no business plan. All you have is passion, and that's me included. I've been exactly where you are, so grab yourself a pen and paper and let's begin. First, we need some form of beautiful photos so we can show potential couples. And I know what you're gonna say, if you have no photos, then you can have no couple. And without the couple, you have no photos. It's just the vicious cycle that you get into. But I have what I call the model call. You don't have to shoot an actual wedding. All you have to do is get a couple and take photos and treat it like a real wedding. And sure, you're not gonna get paid for this, but you're not giving away your photos for free. You're doing it as an exchange. And if you do this properly, you will get some really nice photos from it. All you need to do is just head over to your social media and say that you're looking for a couple. You want them for a really nice, relaxed, natural photo shoot. You as the photographer can choose the particular place. Potentially they may have a wedding dress and a suit knocking about, you don't know. And if not, some nice clothes will do the job perfectly fine. Then all you need to do is go to a particular place, ideally a quiet place, just so you don't feel the pressure at the very beginning, and start taking photos. Before you go, get some inspiration of poses and stuff online and then send that over to your phone. And then treat this photo shoot almost like an elopement. Not everyone these days gets married at a church or a wedding venue. Doesn't need to be anything too formal. Get maybe 25 photos that you're incredibly proud of, and just say thank you. You get to practice your natural posing. Remember, movement creates natural photos. And they get some really nice high quality photos at the end of it. It's a win-win no matter how you look at it. You could probably do this with a handful of different couples, so you have different locations, different looks of the couple. And every time you do this, it's gonna make you feel a lot more comfortable. But there's a very specific way you need to word this post so you don't get time wasters. And I'll tell you that in just a second. The second way is pretty much the most ultimate shortcut you could think of. Stop looking for couples that you want to photograph and just start looking for mentors. Reach out to established professionals in your area or the surrounding area. And don't do this as a competitor, but do this as an assistant. Even offer to carry their bags, move the lighting around, anything to just get you in the same room as this person and another wedding. If you do this, you get some real world experience. You probably also get in with some of the venues and get a few brownie points. But something to bear in mind is at the very beginning of this, you aren't going to get paid either. However, what you are going to get is an insane amount of experience very quickly. Ideally, you will ask this photographer if you can use some of the photos that you've taken for your own portfolio. These are going to be photos that specifically you have taken on your camera, and you're going to have to edit the photos yourself. You can't just take the photos from the photographer's website once he's finished the editing. And this allows you to go and build a portfolio without you actually having to become the lead photographer overnight. And what you probably haven't even realized yet is a lot of second shooters become second shooters at the very beginning of their career and think, this is actually really good for me. I'm going to remain as the second shooter and work for multiple different photographers. And that will become regular paid work, and you don't have all the business side of it to contend with. You just turn up on the day, photograph the people, go home, get paid. There's no admin, no editing, and this may suit you a lot more. If you try it and you like it, there's no shame in it. By the way, learning to take photos at a wedding is only a small step into becoming a professional wedding photographer. You also have the client management, the editing, the marketing, the pricing, the contracts. The list literally just goes on and on. Now, if you want to fast track your way through the learning, the best way is to visit my website, where I have plenty of resources to help you out alongside my introduction to wedding photography course. Moving on to option 3. Whatever you do, don't ignore your current network. When the time comes and you feel ready to start taking on your first few weddings, tell literally everybody. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell the guy at the coffee shop that you are a wedding photographer. Perhaps you're taking on your first 3 weddings at this special founding rate. At this point, you'll have some really nice photos of couples that you've taken, and potentially you've already done some second shooting, so you have a little bit of experience in the field. So get yourself some business cards with some contact details on and start handing them out to everybody. Your first wedding will almost always come from somebody that you already know. My first wedding came from my now business partner's school friend who was getting married. My now business partner said to me, "Can I borrow your camera?" I said, Yes, but only if I'm coming to the wedding. Took a bunch of photos and genuinely hope for the best. I did this one for free to just help out my mate. And then my second wedding, I think came from somebody who I worked with at the time. And for that wedding, I think I charged £550. Get a bit of a contract to set out expectations in place, but more importantly, focus on over delivering. And I mean that in terms of the photos, the attitude, and everything else that comes alongside it. Literally, tell the world that you're a wedding photographer. Manifest it. You're no longer James that works down the road at McDonald's. You are James the wedding photographer. Don't ever change that. So how do I avoid the time wasters that I mentioned earlier on? The key here is to remember that you are the expert. You're choosing them, so they're not just using you. And that allows you to keep the power dynamic professional with the couples from day one. Just post something on social media like, I'm currently looking to update my wedding portfolio with more natural, relaxed couple portraits. And I'm looking for one fun and adventurous couple to join me at such a place. This isn't your typical stiff post photo shoot. We're going to be focusing on real movement and genuine connection and just make it really fun. No awkward smiling at the camera required. What's in it for you? You'll get 5 to 10 really nice photos of you and your partner, professionally edited for you to keep completely free of charge, normally valued at, and then stick the price in there. Now you need to put in the catch. I'm looking for one couple who's happy to be on camera and is happy for these photos to be used across social media. Drop a photo of the two of you down in the comments and let me know what your favorite thing to do together is. The normally valued at anchor, even though it's free, you've still stated a price. This tells the couple that they are getting a gift, not just some free service, and it sets a professional tone immediately. The specific vibe that you've mentioned of like not smiling at the camera and feeling awkward allows you to filter for the couples who actually want that style of photo. Meaning that the people who want static passport style photos aren't going to apply. As for the how to apply section at the very end, this makes them actually have to work for it. When they upload a photo themselves, it allows you to determine whether their look and energy matches the type of brand that you're wanting to take photos of before you actually commit your time to it. And finally, the limited quantity of saying that there's only going to be one couple creates scarcity. It stops it from feeling like a general handout and turns it into a win for both parties. And by the way, if you find two couples that match the energy and the vibe that you want, just message them both and book both couples in. It doesn't really matter. No one's going to complain. Ultimately, starting your wedding photography journey shouldn't be an uphill battle. Just break it down into the parts that you need to show the potential couple and what you need to feel comfortable. And if you can follow these steps and land your first 3 weddings, regardless of whether you're a second shooter or primary shooter, you'll easily land the next 3 and then the rest will follow. Let me know down in the comments which of these 3 ways you're going to try first. And if you have any questions about anything, let me know down in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. And if you want to get an upper hand in posing before you go and take these photos, then this video is for you. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.